Call the meeting to order. It looks like we're all present and accounted for.
No, we are.
Pat, I watched you 2 or 3 times on TV. You always do a great job. You get us out on time and.
Thank you.
And he said there was I looked at the
Added
meeting
punch.
because he said one of the agenda items was the termination of Bob's chair. But I couldn't see it.
That was never tabled.
I think I used the term coup.
That did go
That
across
was
my
going
mind
for
too,
the
didn't it? I think I jotted that down.
We have people that are excited to go to our basketball game this evening. We're gonna kind of truck on through this. Changes on the agenda would be dropping the scheduled presenters for this evening. We'll reacquaint ourselves with with Sherry Johnson's presentation and our reading specialist, and to also drop from round 2 the consideration item F on the .6 English, .4 special ed. I'm sure we'll revisit that in the third round.
You'll see that round 3, yeah. We just have to finalize some things.
So, subject to those 2 changes, does anyone have anything else? If not, I would look for a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I make the motion. I'll second.
Motion by Kurt, seconded by Jerry. Other issues? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Having no old business, we'll just jump right into the new business items. Consideration to reduce the Sandstrom contract, which is a $10,000
I'll make a
reduction.
motion to approve that.
Second that.
Motion by Pat, seconded by Rob. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. All of these are conversations that we've held in the past for round 2. I just didn't want anybody to think we were just jumping in without conversation, but we've previously had good conversation on all of these. Item B, consideration to reduce the assistant site manager position from home events, $1,400 reduction.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Jerry, seconded by Brenda. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Item C, consideration to reduce 10% of the elementary supply budget. Derek, somehow you were able to get that done, huh? Not without
Yep.
pain and anxiety, but,
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
motion by Pat, seconded by Kurt. Other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Consideration to reduce 1.0 FTE elementary teacher.
You know, based off numbers, we do have a couple grade levels that this could end up being. We're gonna wait till final, in June and July, we get families that move in and out. If we were guessing right now, it'd be next year's 4th grade, just because they're really small. My son's in that 3rd grade group, and they're small. But we've seen it every year, where that's the one we think it's gonna be, and then kids move in. But we've got a couple grades. Remember when we gave you that class kind of guidelines for numbers? We've got a couple that fall in there, so we've got some leeway, and that'll be up to Derek to decide exactly where that lands.
Motion by Rob. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Kurt. All in favor of the reduction of a 1.0 in the elementary, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Consideration to reduce a 1.0 FTE PE teacher.
This one is a realignment of the ALC. We've talked about it before. Mr. Giswold is doing some kind of direct leadership things down there. We're not going to need that. We're going to move that around, and so that ends up being a 1.0. It's a very complicated, there's different steps everywhere where that 1.0 will be coming from, but it's 0.5 from the ALC, and then both the principals have worked it out, so there's another 0.5 PE. And this staff member has been notified that this will be a reduction.
I'll make a motion to.
I'll second.
Motion by Brenda, seconded by Pat. Any other discussion? Input?
You know, with our smaller classes coming up, we can do a little bit of reducing in sections, number of sections. Derek needs another PE teacher section that we're using from the elementary right now, so between that ALC reduction and those section reductions, that's where we get that
Okay.
one PE teacher.
Okay, all in favor of the reduction of 1.0, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Item G, consideration to reduce the ALC budget, a $4,000 reduction. Beth?
Yeah, this is Tim again. He did a nice job. Last year, we weren't able to do a whole lot. He's kind of got a lot of things that he's needed now. And so, although it's going to be tough to do, and we are going to have a full load down there again, I think we feel pretty good about a $4,000 reduction.
Sure.
I mean, the truth of the matter is,
That-
all of these are very
well,
difficult to do.
This is reducing all of the ALC
Yeah.
supply budget, except for what we need to buy the licenses for the online program fees, so. But with, like Beth said, you know, we're equipped with up-to-date technology. You know, the last couple of years, we haven't used those supply budgets, so I don't believe that it's gonna be a hardship for the staff there, so.
I'll make a motion to accept the reduction.
I'll second.
Motion by Rob, seconded by Jerry. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Consideration to accept the retirement request.
I actually would like to go one step back. We had a retirement request at the last meeting, and we were told by MSBA, it's been very complicated. When we go to these meetings, they say not to say names and not to use their letters in the packets, and it kind of makes everyone a little scared. We did confirm today that we can say a name, and I think that's important, especially in a small community like ours. Last month, we had Linda Smith, who has been our tech director, and an amazing partner in a lot of things that we've had going on, and we weren't able to say her name, and it always feels a little awkward to not give them thanks, because everyone at this table and everyone in this room can go on and on about all the things that Linda has done. And then again tonight, we'll mention Roz Germstead has opted to retire from 6th grade, and if all of you that know Roz Germstead, she has given her entire career and life and grown up in Cannon Falls. And all of you know a student or someone that has been impacted by this amazing teacher. This was not an easy decision for her at all. This was really, really tough, and Jamie's taught with her for a long time now, and I taught with her when I was at the elementary, and I just don't think words express how appreciative we are of both of these women. And I apologize for not being able to say Linda's name last time, but we wanted to get, we don't want to be breaking any rules. So you'll never see the letters attached, but for retirements, you will see their names from here on out. Okay?
I'll make a motion to accept retirement request.
I'll second that.
Motion by Kurt, seconded by Rob. We certainly, as a board, echo Beth's sentiments. You lose a long-term teacher like that, and one who's dedicated themselves to our town. That's our town, our school. Tough to lose.
Long-term 6th grade teacher.
Yeah.
Well, love me and Kurt.
Oh,
It's affected
geez,
us
well,
directly.
maybe it was.
You had her for 2 years, didn't you?
She'll last this much longer after that, huh?
I did 3 years ago.
Yeah. I just had her. Seems like
6th grade
yesterday.
was the 3 best years of your life.
That's right.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Discuss item I, charge admission to Grand March.
Yeah, Ann Schwady approached Tim and I. I sent something out, and I CC'd Tim and Ann into all the HVL superintendents. We are the only district besides Triton that does not charge $1 to get into Grand March. That's, you know, $500 that can go towards decorations and things like that. And we think it's a decent idea. Districts went up to $2, as low as $1. It was kind of 50-50, I think, on that. You know, we could start slow and let students in. We want to encourage students to come. You know, we could let them in for free, but I think anyone 18 and older, to charge $1 for Grand March seems appropriate. I'm not sure how you feel, but that's where we kind of stand on
And you spent $300 on a dress wasn't an extra buck. I guess that's my opinion on
That's a
it.
decent point, too.
Is this where you want discussion, or are you making an action item tonight?
I would take either. We've got quite a while till prom. I mean, if you wanna throw it around and talk to other parents, that's fine. But I do think it's important if we're gonna charge on something we haven't in the past, that we bring it to you at least, so.
I think we can make a motion on it tonight and just be done with it. I think it's a great idea.
I think the amount is the.
I agree, students should not charge, but.
We want to encourage
Shouldn't
kids
go over
to
$1.
still come. I mean, for freshmen to all come together, I mean, it's kind of a, we want kids at school, and I think to not charge students maybe makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't disagree.
Do it try for a year and see what happens.
or maybe students.
$1 a
can-
person or $2 a person, I guess is probably the.
I think $1.
You guys tell Tim, whatever you want.
Start with a buck.
Start with
Yeah.
$1.
Raise it to $2 next.
Kurt, did you make a motion
I'll
to
make a
make this
motion
an
that the
action
charge.
item?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll make a motion and make this an action item.
Sorry.
I'll second the motion of the action item be changed into a motion. No.
Just want to make sure we get it right, or reasonably close to right. All in favor of making this an action item? Say aye. Oh, I'm sorry, discussion.
Right, right.
Yep.
Because you're gonna change your motion to charge admission.
No, this was just making
We
an action.
need to make it a
item.
voting item rather than a
Then we
discussion.
Gotcha, okay. I'm clear now.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Okay, so we'd now like to charge admission, true?
True.
Okay, how about someone making a motion and a dollar amount?
I'll make a motion to charge $1 per person over the age of 18 for admittance into prom for the sum of $1
To the Grand March.
to the Grand March.
I second.
Motion by Jerry to charge $1, 18 and over. Seconded by
Kurt.
Kurt. Other discussion?
Or 18 and older could be a lot of seniors.
I was gonna say, do we wanna make students not
Non-students.
Yeah.
charged?
Non-
or-
Non-students.
That's right.
Yeah. And
Students.
of Cannon Falls?
No charge for students.
No, don't make the person sit there and try to decipher that. Please don't.
Just
Just
throwing it out
students or
there.
non-students.
Okay.
Jerry, would you amend the
Well-
motion?
I'll amend it to say
College tuition.
individuals over the age of 18 years that are not current students in the Cannon Falls or in the education system. How about that?
Maybe they can have a college
They can
student.
come from.
Just saying.
That's close to where we want to be, isn't it?
Close enough.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
If a
Okay,
college
we
student
have
wants to get
a
in.
motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Doing a pat here, we're getting through things here pretty quickly.
You're setting the pace.
Board members, anything for the cause? I think we're doing the
Curriculum.
Cliff Notes there, Cliff Notes
Oh,
version.
we're not for committees yet.
Go ahead.
No, are we to the committees yet?
Yes.
Oh.
That's where we're at.
Well, the curriculum committee met tonight, but I don't know if we want to get into that in too much detail, because you're going to bring something to the board.
Yes, you do, or yes, you don't.
Talk about the
Yes, I'm gonna bring something
registration
to the board.
and but the budget reduction implications, and also proposal for required high school, middle school reading and math intervention. But Tim will be bringing more
Great
information
ideas.
to the board on that.
Had a good meeting.
To come, yeah.
Mhm.
Talked about a lot.
Okay, we'll await. Policy committee meet,
Mhm.
facilities, not yet. Beth, do you have your report either in print?
Everything's attached.
Okay. Dave is not here.
He had to check the roads from here to Mankato. That's what he told me. He sent a text, he said, I won't be at the meeting. He doesn't miss many, but he had to go to check the roads to Mankato.
I see both the HSMS principal and the elementary principal. Anything you guys would like to add, or it is what it is, huh?
It is all there.
Derek? Same from you.
Yep,
That nod means yes.
yep.
Okay. Jake is assisting on the roads, I would think, CE activity report.
It's all attached on there as well.
Okay.
Is this in the process with those? Just for tonight.
Just for tonight. But you know something, I want to hear from Ryan.
Yep.
He came.
All right, yeah, I guess a lot going on lately. Last week, I think it was, Lake Burrows won the state championship in wrestling, which was pretty cool. This past Saturday, the speech team took third at Owatonna, will be at Northfield this coming weekend. Tonight is the subsection final for boys basketball, versus St. Peter at MSU Mankato, and if they win, they'll be playing the winner of Hayfield and Maple River at the same location this Friday. Spring sports begin this week, so I think we're all looking forward to that. The NHS is having the blood drive this Wednesday, like they do every year. The turnout looks pretty good. I was involved in the process of people signing up, so it looks like it's going good. And then this Thursday is the 6 through 12 choir concert at 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
That's about it.
Thank you.
Are you taking a road trip to Mankato to check the roads too tonight?
Should I?
Well, I need a third.
Then I'm gonna make it.
Back up.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
We'll be okay.
Upcoming meetings, regular board meeting of March 25th. Among those items are discussion on the third round of reductions. And CE is our tentative presenter.
We'll probably have to switch that to Sherry Johnson. She'll need to get on that docket. So we'll move Jake back. His final report isn't due until mid-April, so to move him back one meeting would be appropriate. I'd like to get Sherry in. She's got some pretty substantial, they're gonna be building or redoing a building, or Derek is our rep on that one. But there's some pretty substantial things coming down the, whether they keep Westito and buy it out from us, might be an option.
For $1.
For $1, but remodel it. There's a lot of, we need to have her present. It's important for you. You're one of the 5 districts, so. we need to have her come in.
We need a little bit more than that. She's
Public-
bad.
Public forum. Well, first of all, anyone wish to add anything? Is there anything that you think would be pressing or you'd like to put on the next item?
I had a 2-hour filibuster planned, but we'll let her go until next time.
I won't be at the next meeting.
Okay, public forum. Anyone wish to speak about items relating to the school district? No one wants to step out there knowing that there's a, okay. All right, everyone. That seems quick.
I think he beat you, man.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But
You wait till next time.
anyone else?
I would just add, if you do have any ideas for the third round, the Breakfast Club is meeting again, but, you know, some of you have sent some really good ideas that we've either altered or kind of made work. So if you are thinking of anything, don't hesitate to send them to the principals or me. If you've got ideas, we might tell you they're crazy, and there are other ones that could work. So don't hesitate to do that. Appreciate it if you could.
And the other item would be if there's anything in the principal's reports, AD reports, anything like that that you'd like to discuss further, simply make contact with them and get things straightened out through them directly. Otherwise, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Rob, seconded by Jerry. Other discussion? All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.